What are you doing, Penny? Penny. Here we are looking at an actual total disaster cleaning video. So, I don't know if you've watched other YouTube channels where women say, "Oh my gosh, my house is a total disaster. I need to clean it. Clean along with me. Here's cleaning motivation." And then the place is actually like, one throw pillow is misplaced in the living room and there's two dishes in the sink that need to be cleaned. Well, here you go. Here's an actual real life disaster kitchen cleaning video. Now, of course, this kitchen is the size of a thumbtack, but somehow we managed to pack enough dirty filth and dishes and grime and disgust enough to fit like a 5 bedroom mansion. So here we go. Let's inspect how truly disgusting this little kitchen has become. All of those coffee cups are actually have been sitting there for maybe upwards of a month. They're for my reselling business, and I just hadn't gotten around to washing them all out. There's my favorite cup. That's mine. Blake got that for me, I think, for Christmas or something. It's kind of perfect. Here's all of the dinner still left out. Nothing's been put away yet. It was a really good dinner though, but it's all still just there. That's my stove, yeah. Can you tell that we haven't cleaned that in a long time? And those stacks of dishes, I just cleaned out the cupboards and I don't really have any place to put them until I sell them. Along with a lot of the stuff down here in that box. There's my new colander. Those are groceries that have yet to be put away. And yeah, just sort of general mess and chaos everywhere, as is my life. Oh yeah, and then Blake always puts the peanut butter on top of the microwave. Does that bother anybody else? That drives me nuts when he does that because I can't reach it. Send help. So I think there's something just super satisfying about a nice time-lapse cleaning video to just quickly see everything disappear in the room. So here we go. Can't forget the wine. That's probably the only way I could make it through doing all of this. I'm starting with just cleaning up dinner, and then I'm going to get the counters cleared off so that I can actually start cleaning them. Now I am just sorting through my spices. I have a little makeshift spice rack here because The space is just so small, I had to get kind of creative on where to even put my spices. So that's just a little picture ledge from IKEA. Now I'm curious, for those of you watching, if you throw away your spices right away if they're past the expiration date, or if you think that they're okay and you keep using them. I know some people just say that they kind of lose their potency a little bit and they're perfectly fine. I'm kind of weird about expiration dates in general, so anytime I see an expired expiration date, I just get this major ick factor and I throw it away. I bought a set of new colanders on Amazon. They're turquoise, my favorite color. I get to throw away those old nasty ones. They were just super dishwasher damaged. More wine. Keep refilling that glass, Jamie. I love my turquoise bread box too. That was also from Amazon. It's not vintage. It's just a retro reproduction, but I still like it. Now, if you watched my last video, you actually saw me clean up this area earlier in the day. But, it got a little messy again. It's just some coffee spillage and a couple little things were left out on the counter. Nothing can really stay clean for more than, an hour or two around here. Now, I've had this really nice Simple Human paper towel holder for a long time, but I haven't hung it up yet, so I was sort of just walking around to figure out a good spot to hang it. This reaction was because there was a spider living in that window right underneath the blinds. The web was just in between all of the little pieces of blinds. It was pretty awful. That whole windowsill hasn't been washed or cleaned in a very, very long time. Had to put my hair up, get a little more wine, take a little breather. It's just a big, big job. And now guess what? It is Blake's turn. He is the dishwasher of the house. Now, I really debated whether or not to just leave the sound on and not speed up this part of the video because his commentary is pretty hilarious. I was not in the room with him. I was watching the kids in the other room while he was washing the dishes. And he was just in there muttering to himself about how many dishes there were, how he couldn't find the scrubber. There was no room to do anything. I mean, the dishes were literally, as you can see, stacked to the very top of the sink. So it was kind of impossible for him to even get started. I did feel bad for him this night, although I was cleaning in here for 4 hours and he had to do the dishes for 20 minutes. But still, this was an exceptional amount of dishes. We don't usually have this many, quite this many. We usually have a lot of dishes, but this was absolutely an excessive amount of dishes. Now, something happened and he, I believe, broke a glass during this cleaning session. So if you see him picking pieces of glass off of the dishwasher there. It's because something did break this particular night. You know, it happens. I break stuff all the time too. It's just one of those things. Nothing is meant to last forever. So, c'est la vie. Now, I could nitpick him a little bit about how he's leaving the water running, just going straight down the drain through this entire video. It's a little cringy for me to see this, but I have a husband who does the dishes every night, so if he wants to waste water while he's doing it, if he wants to scrub the dishes before he puts them in the dishwasher, if he wants to do them however he wants to do them, I don't really care. I'm gonna just close my eyes and not watch this part of the video and just be thankful that the dishes got done. Okay, my turn again. Blake's shift is over. Time for me to tackle all these coffee mugs. I just got some brand new dish towels. I thought that one was adorable. It's got like a retro pattern to it. I found those at Ralph's. That was pretty awesome. All of these coffee mugs that I'm cleaning actually came from my own coffee mug collection. And as much as it pains me, I've decided to minimize a little bit. So part of cleaning out all of my cupboards was paring down my own coffee mugs. And I'm going to be selling these, probably just listing them on eBay. They're from our travels. Most of these were from our honeymoon. Every place that we went on our road trip, I bought a coffee mug. And if I had a really cool way to display them, I would definitely keep them because coffee is life for me. But just having them in my cupboard, they just weren't getting any use. You couldn't see them. They just weren't being valued enough. So I've decided it's time to just minimize, like I said, and I'm very begrudgingly getting rid of my coffee mug collection. I'm just keeping a few super special ones because really, how many coffee mugs do I actually use? Maybe 3 during the week before they all get cleaned in the dishwasher. So it was kind of silly and I just have to let them go. I would love for you to comment down below what is your favorite cleaning product that you use when you're cleaning your kitchen counters. I love Simple Green. I have been using Simple Green ever since I lived alone and I moved out of my parents' house. I have been using Simple Green and I really love it. Pro tip, it also kills ants on contact and is environmentally friendly, no chemicals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's a good dual purpose if you ever get ants in your kitchen like we do around here all the time. I sort of have a long-standing joke with Blake that when he does the dishes, he always does 85%. So there's always something, like one thing that he doesn't see, and he just leaves it there on the sink or next to the sink or on the stove, and there's always like he can never quite clean everything to 100% completion. And yes, here I am scrubbing the outside of my hand soap and baby dish soap. Those bottles have been sitting there and have never been cleaned on the outside. I don't know if this is something other people do, that you clean the hand soap that's sitting there, but it was really disgusting. It had little bits of food and splatter and soap and hard water, and I just decided I had to clean them. Now, all of these little brushes, we do not have a good container, and Blake has just been sort of letting them sit on the sink, which is absolutely disgusting to me. So I just quickly grabbed the first thing I could find, which was a plastic Rams throwaway solo cup, basically, and I put all the brushes in there for now. Here's what I was talking about. Look at all these pans that are just sitting out, pans and lids. Nothing got put away for some strange reason. There's multiple pans, but 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6 different pans. This one was still dirty, So I left that in the sink for Blake to handle next time. Now it's my turn to put them all away. So I'm guessing the reason he left the clean pots and pans just sitting out is because there's this pile of mess in front of the cabinets on the floor. So he couldn't really easily just open the cabinets and put the pans away. So half his fault, half my fault, mostly nobody's fault, just the horrible, messy conditions that we were living in. This entire box of stuff was still part of the product of me cleaning out all of my cabinets and not knowing where to put some things. So I'm sort of organizing, reorganizing, taking those plastic Tupperwares, which I'm getting rid of, and then there's some party supplies, some paper plates and things like that, which I just moved out of the kitchen for now, and I have to find a permanent home for that kind of stuff later, or just get rid of it all. This is one of my favorite times in any kind of cleaning area that I'm doing. It is Rosie the Roomba's turn. Now you will see this first little spot cleaning I did not really go so well. Now she's not picking up a whole heck of a lot, which I thought was pretty funny when I watched this video back, and obviously I noticed it and cleaned out the tray. It was completely packed full of crumbs and things and dirt and disgusting. So once I emptied that out, then it started picking up much better. How do you feel about your Roomba? People who have Roombas or any kind of robot vacuum. I love mine, but a lot of times I feel like it doesn't really work super well. Now I know I should be taking it apart and cleaning it better, cleaning out the mechanism, and the filter gets dirty and that makes it lose suction and all that kind of stuff. So part of it I know for sure is my fault, that I am just not a good Roomba owner, but I kind of still think that they're more like robot sweepers than robot vacuums. I feel like it sort of sweeps up the crumbs and things and the brushes on the bottom, rolls it into the tray, and I don't know that there's a whole heck of a lot of actual vacuuming and suction in these things, but still, for everyday things like this where I can just turn it on and walk away and do something else, I think it does a pretty good job of getting all of the crumbs and, you know, the big basic amounts of dirt. I do still like to take my regular size upright vacuum and use that as well every now and then to get the actual deep set in dirt throughout my house. This is another just super cringy area of my house to me. I do not like keeping my vegetables right next to the trash can. I do find that disgusting. So anyone who's watching this who thinks, ew, that's disgusting, I 100% agree with you. And it pains me every time I walk by this area to see this. But as of right now, there's nowhere else to put it. So that's it, guys. Here is the beautiful after shot 4 hours later. I know maybe it didn't look like all that much got done because it is still kind of cluttered around here. You know, we just have a small kitchen and I didn't even get to see, look, there's a couple of dishes. There always have to be a couple dishes left next to the sink. It can never be 100% done. I didn't get to the deep cleaning stuff. It was just tidying and surface cleaning. I didn't clean the stove. I didn't clean the sink. I just got the counters and all of the clutter and everything cleared out. Now, I did purposely leave out some cans because I am making chili tomorrow, as well as pumpkin muffins, which you can see all of that stuff on top of the bread box. So I got up bright and early the next day and I started baking and cooking. So stay tuned because that is actually in my next video. So yeah, it was very late. It was, way past my bedtime by this point, and I decided to just reward myself with some ice cream and call it a night.